Welcome to FC Montreal Soccer on the USL YouTube channel. I'm Joey Alfieri. With me, as always, great soccer analyst Sofiane Benzaza. Today, from Saputo Stadium's turf field, we have St. Louis FC against FC Montreal. Sofiane, FC Montreal goes almost 2 months between wins, but they finally pick up a big result, 4-2 last Sunday against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. What did you like from FC Montreal?
Well, it was a game that was fun to watch. Both teams opening up. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds are in a playoff race right now, but it's a team that concedes a lot of goals, but scores a lot of them. So it was a perfect game for FC Montreal to explode offensively and liberate themselves, which they did beautifully, including 2 goals from Anthony Jackson-Hamel.
Now we have a couple of lineup changes, Sofiane. Not as much help from the first team as there was against Pittsburgh, and that includes in goal where the young David Paulman is going to get the start for Montreal.
Exactly. It's a whole U23 squad here and another younger players. And Paulman, who has been very interesting early in the season, has another chance to prove himself against a USL Pro squad. He's been played a couple of games. I think one away game he was pretty good, and it's interesting to see his evolution and what Jack Stern, the goalkeeper coach, will want him to improve on this game. So a good experience for the young man, and should be a fun game.
When we come back, we'll have kickoff between St. Louis FC and FC Montreal. Welcome back to Saputo Stadium's turf field for this clash between Eastern Conference rivals, St. Louis FC and FC Montreal. As we mentioned in the pregame, Sofiane, Montreal coming off a big win, almost 2 months between wins, but they get the 4-2 win over the Riverhounds with a lot of help from the first team, guys like Jackson-Hamel, Romario Williams, Vandré Lefebvre, Hassoun Kamara also played.
Eric
Kronberg in goal, of course.
And it was fun to see such an offensive festival. Looking at both, looking at how the Riverhounds play, we expect them to concede quite a few goals, and FC Montreal is able to confirm at home. And we'll see against a bit more conservative St. Louis FC team, 17 goals for and 22 goals against. So should be a bit tighter for FC Montreal.
Charles Joli standing over the ball. He should be getting ready to kick things off here any moment. Montreal has to be feeling confident after what they were able to accomplish this weekend. Not just winning, but the fashion in which they won, Sofiane. And we're underway here at Saputo Stadium's turf field. Montreal with the first touch of the game.
It's all about momentum.
Cachère plays it back to Temgia. That's a good it's a good point, Sofiane, because to score 4 goals against a Pittsburgh Riverhounds team who is in the playoffs. They're in the playoff picture right now. They're above that red line. It's big. Oh, and a mistake from James Jeffrard. There's a strike, and it goes just wide. A great attempt on goal from Jeremy Lynch. He beat James Jeffrard.
He mistimed. He didn't see the rebound of the ball. He underestimated Lynch, who was right behind him, breathing on his neck. And good for FC Montreal that Lynch couldn't score on the first strike. And you can see right there a nice, interesting shot by Lynch. Didn't use his the inside of his cleat. Went for a quick strike on Paulman, and good thing for FC Montreal, to be honest.
He held on to the circle button a little bit too long, as sometimes we do in FIFA, and the ball goes
you should go R1
wider.
Circle.
Exactly.
R1
finesse
circle.
shot. Yeah. Should probably just tuck it into the net there. St. Louis in possession here. Gosecki swings it out wide. Broken up nicely by Jean-Luc Charbonneau. He's got time. He'll play back to David Paulman.
Yeah, both teams are sort of similar 4-2-3-1 hybrid in their own way. FC Montreal, we used to have 4-3-3. Joli alone up front with Missoudi, Rigi, and Morelli behind him to support as wingers and playmakers for Missoudi.
Jeff Rard against Lynch again. Lynch looking for the hold, but nothing doing there. St. Louis back in possession here. It's Barklage. Will swing it to the right. Broken up nicely by Jeff Rard, but it takes a bit of a weird hop, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Or not a goal kick, excuse me. Or kick for St. Louis.
First test for Paulman on a set piece for this game.
Can't really see from our vantage point who's taking this.
I think it's goal.
You might be right. Swung into the box.
Ooh.
Looked like a handball. St. Louis able to strike one on goal, but Paulman scoops it up. No rebound given, and he'll throw it forward. A nice toss there for Secunda. Kasha now with the ball. He had Barklage in front of him. Goes off Barklage, goes out for a throw. That wasn't Secunda, sorry. I believe that was Morelli. So I got the 72s and 73s confused there. Missoudi with the ball forward, looking for Joli, but St. Louis able to get there first.
Good
Secunda, yeah.
Good pressing by FC Montreal.
There's Marco Dominguez. Will try to swing one in. It's broken up. Barklage will play it back to his keeper. Puts Mark Pace in a little bit of a difficult situation there with a bouncing ball. Marco Dominguez will head it, but intercepted by St. Louis. They're able to keep it in on this side.
Nice move by Lynch there.
And Jeff Rard and Lynch, already a couple times they get tangled up together. Should be an interesting matchup as we go along here.
Definitely BFF Montreal happening there. The center back and the star striker going. Anyways, Lynch has two interesting customers. What is Temguia or Jeff Rard?
That's right.
So
Some big boys back there.
big
on
boys
the back line from Montreal.
got some speed, but Lynch also has some speed. So, and early in this game, a quick tempo game. It seems that most teams that come to Stade Saputo field go after FC Montreal.
Not Pittsburgh though.
Not
And FC Montreal made them pay. So you want to play that high pressure defense when you're playing against this young team.
a pure U23 academy team tonight, this evening.
Gall will swing it with his left foot into the box. There's a strike and it's in. Goal for St. Louis. Gasecki puts it in. And just 5 minutes into this one, it's 1-0 St. Louis.
Free kick went to the far post. Gasecki beat his man. Had enough time to place a shot. Didn't even try for a header. You know, beautiful volley placement, and Paulman had no chance from that distance and that with that speed and velocity of the shot. So
It's all
set
about
pieces
the way
again.
you defend. Yeah, it's all about the way you defend the set pieces. Oscar Gasecki.
So you can see on the replay here, goal with a nice floating sliced cross. I think Charbonneau is beaten, or Secunda. Can't see very well from here, but it's an easy sort of. He made it look easy. It was very.
It's his
good
first
shot.
of the season.
He made the goal look easy,
He
but
did.
it was a very good shot. But the man marking in the box was poor for FC Montreal.
St. Louis back in possession. Montreal haven't had the ball very much here. Joli taken down. He's going to earn himself. He's going to earn himself a call, and not a very smart play there from number 17, Jacob Bouchou. He kicks the ball away. The official will just give him a little bit of a talking to, tell him not to do that again. Jeff Rard has already been involved in a couple battles here early on. That ball's going to go out for a Montreal throw.
FC Montreal needs to be more precise in their passing on these simple situations. Don't lose the ball and lose ball possession in the offensive side. so easily like Sugunda did right there, but they need to have more of the ball possession to have some rhythm. Something as soon as they have, they're able to really produce some good soccer. So
Dominguez gets it. Dominguez, Sofiane, we were treated to a really special goal from that young player on Sunday. A strike from distance that was off the crossbar and in. Just some phenomenal stuff. And a nice play there by Mele Temgui to break it up because Lynch was in behind him and he had a clear path to goal.
exactly, he admitted after the game that he was inspired by Marco Dandel's
That's right, on the first team.
super shot.
Italian midfielder scored a fantastic goal, very similar goal against the Columbus Crew on the Saturday.
Most probably goal of the century.
Most probably, yeah.
Most probably. A bit worrisome to see FC Montreal defend so deep in their zone and giving shooting lanes to St. Louis FC.
Cachère is getting another start. He got the start on Sunday. Young player was really growing in confidence. He's looking very, very good the last little while since he's gotten an opportunity to play some more.
With the absence of Gabriel Laparé and Louis Belonguet at the Pan Am Games,
Exactly.
I really love this combination of Cachère and Dominguez. It's they complement each other very well. They seem to be very similar technically, physically, and even tactically. But honestly, they feed each other very well. So I love that combination.
Here's Dominguez who'll try to send one for Joli. Broken up very nicely though by Bouchou. Chisolka gets it to Goseki. Or Musa, sorry. So pretty difficult start for Montreal in this game, Sofiane.
Conceding the early goal at home, they need to now open up, while San Luis FC has the luxury to, wait and see, and at the same time they have speed and technical ability. Especially, I really like what Barclays has shown this season, and early this game has been the sort of general in the midfield.
And we said the first goal was scored by Oscar Goseki, and it's not. It's not number 4 that scored. It's number 14, James Musa.
Apologies.
Our apologies there. We had our numbers inversed. Dominguez will head it forward. Another header from Joli there. And again, looking for Lynch, but he's offside. He got behind the Montreal defense, but not able to stay onside there.
As FC Montreal needs to play higher on the pitch, St. Louis FC will look to counter quickly, and Lynch will be offside a few times, and like I always say, that one time he won't be.
Yeah, it'll end up in the back of the net. Or it'll end up as a great scoring opportunity. Dominguez falls, and here's Lynch. Paulman will come out. He'll get around Paulman. Can Lynch put in from a tough angle? He will.
No,
off the post. That took a little bit of a weird hop. It looked like it was going to goal, but it took a strange hop off the turf.
And Bouchou was there following the play on the rebound and blocked by Temgui. His shot was blocked on Temgui. That was amazing.
It looked like it was going in from where we're standing, and then it just kind of hit a bump in the turf, and it bounced off the post. So a break from Montreal.
Break.
That one will... Van der Grijf will try to clear. Goes off Joli's face, and it'll go out of play for St. Louis throw. Bouchou throws it back in. 1-2 with Barclage. And Morelli gets a head on it, but he's pushed in the back by Goseki. Here's Cachère to Temgui. Temgui taking his time. He does find his holding midfielder, Cachère. Geffrard's pass intercepted there. No harm, no foul. Cachère able to scoop it back up. He'll try the long ball for Morelli. It's going to be headed away. Rigi settles it off his chest.
Oh,
just a bit of a bad touch there. Rigi's been a guy who, and we'll see the replay right here.
Paulman very aggressive. A bit of a no man's land, but at least he made a choice.
Gets around them, Sofiane. It looked from here like it was going to goal. It just took bounces as it was going to goal, and it just stays out. FC Montreal's not going to complain. They haven't got a ton of breaks this year.
He pushed Lynch into an angle, a more difficult angle.
Exactly.
But as a pro player, you put that in. I couldn't, to be honest. I couldn't even make that run. But
You're not a
Paulman,
pro player.
Paulman was a bit, tad aggressive, but he committed. He wasn't in between. He didn't stay in the box by his line, or he didn't go up to the midfield. He really, he made sure that he committed enough to make Lynch make a mistake, and he was fortunate.
Ball goes out for Montreal throw. Secunda plays it to Jeffrard. Settle things down, gets it back to his keeper. We'll send it right back to Jeffrard. Captain today. No Nazim Belguinduz. No Jeremy Gagnon-Lepare. Who else has worn the armband?
Ndiaye.
Victor Diaz has worn the armband before. So today's Jeffrard's turn.
Nice pass by Jeffrard to change side.
A nice through ball there. Here's Charles Joli. Joli with the strike on goal, and it's in! Goal! Charles Joli ties the game at 1. On a beautiful play, a good ball into Joli, and he made no mistake with that one.
I love how the play was set up, and I love even better the finishing by Charles Joli. He hasn't played a lot this season, but to be honest, that speed, you had the option of to pass it to Rigi or to go at goal. Beautiful shot, great angle, and you can see on the replay later, you can see the whole setup and how in 2 passes FC Montreal was able to get through. You can see Joli streaking between 2 Saint Louis FC defenders. Beautiful, perfect angle. Goalkeeper couldn't do anything. And
Great finish.
Unless he wanted to predict, unless he was able to predict the shot, he was not going to stop that one. If you look back, Jeffrard had a beautiful long cross to Charbonneau. Charbonneau has enough time and space to make the pass to Joli, so it was a beautiful play by FC Montreal.
Here's a ball gets to Masudi. He's got Rigi on his left. He's able to find him. Rigi cuts back to the middle. Nice little give and go with Masudi. Back to Joli. St. Louis is calling for the offside, and they're able to get it.
Momentum. This is when you take advantage of these situations. Some of the FC are confident in their abilities. They have more points than FC Montreal. They know what they can do. Barclay is going to be huge for them in the midfield, and FC Montreal needs to take advantage by putting more pressure on the ball and be able to play on quick breaks against this a bit not slowish defense, but.
Nice ball in there by Jean-Luc Charbonneau. Mark Pace able to come out and scoop that up before Charles Joli got there. Keeper will swing it out there, but it's intercepted by Montreal. Ball get back to Temgia. Plays it to his center back partner, James Jeffrard. He opts for the long ball down the left side for Zach Secunda. Secunda boxed out though nicely by Bouchou. Montreal thought the ball went out for a corner. They don't get the call. FC
But
St.
goal is
Louis
not
would
offside.
rather keep the ball.
Goal is not offside.
And Paulman will clear, and it looked like he's aiming for us, Sofiane.
I think he was. We need to talk to him after the game, but FC Montreal picking up pace, but at the same time, I really like the nice interception by Masudi.
Nice ball from Missouri. He's got Charles Joli making a nice run. Joli has a defender in front of him, but he takes a poor touch, and it'll just roll to the keeper Pace.
He was trying to get it on his left foot. He was trying to get it on his left foot to take a shot. Unfortunately, he missed that control, but I like his run and his intensity.
Some good stuff, some good scoring opportunities now coming for Montreal. They get down by 1 early, didn't panic. They stuck to it. And they're right back in this one. Is a big goal by Charles Joli to get them back in it. But they'll have to be careful with this guy, Jeremy Lynch, in front of Temgia.
And goal.
Played back. Yeah, absolutely. Got to be careful. Yeah,
all
absolutely.
game.
Goal has been very good. He orchestrated the goal there.
We're going to look back at the goal by FC Montreal. So Joli finds space and time. Look at the shot. Very simple, efficient.
People fired up in this press box. Temgia will play to Jean-Luc Charbonneau. Gets it back to Big center back. And it's intercepted there. Lynch, the ball at his feet. He didn't see that he had an option on his left, or he maybe saw he couldn't get there. Dominguez plays it back, and he's able to cut in front of Lynch before he's able to get an opportunity to score here. Intercepted by Bouchou, yeah.
Temguen needs to be more careful on these plays. It's not acceptable after half a season.
Yep, he's had a couple ups, a couple downs, but for the most part, he's been very solid. And a poor touch from Van der Graaf there. It's going to go out for a Montreal throw.
A poor touch that is a sign of
poor pass, maybe not a poor touch.
Poor pass, and FC Montreal continuing the pressure.
Cacher tried to snuff out Joli, but Sam Fink there to break that up. Montreal back in possession, and since the goal, it's been all Montreal. A pass a little too heavy from Temgia to Alessandro Rigi, or else he would have had a great opportunity to score as well. Ball will go out, roll out for a St. Louis throw. Gusecki will put this ball back into play. Chested down by Musa there. Pace will kick it with his left. It's intercepted by Charbonneau. Ball's out. It's Montreal ball. What have you seen so far from Sofiane since from you are Sofiane? Sofiane, what have you seen so far from FC Montreal?
They're playing, I'm not going to say counter-attack, they're playing quickly, fast. They don't waste time, and they try to get on Pais's box as fast as possible without making 25 dribbles, 25 passes. And we saw the goal was less than 3 passes, and they were Joli scored. So they're playing quickly and putting pressure.
Here's Montreal. Yep, sorry, Sofiane. Sorry to cut you off, but the short corner, as we see them play quite often. Here's a strike from Cachet, and he sends it just over goal. A great opportunity there.
Good set piece by FC Montreal. They're getting more and more creative, more and more efficient, and they're not wasted. We can see right there, Cachet had time. Goal, no one went to put pressure on him, and they let him shoot. And the goalkeeper was not happy at all that there was a lack of pressure on the shooter, in this case, Cachet.
Mark Pace will take his time here before putting this back in play. Headed up, straight up in the air from Dominguez. Bit of a high foot from Missouri, but nothing called there. Cachet intercepts, and he finds Morelli. A difficult ball to settle down. He wasn't able to get there. Here's Gall. Played back to Gusecki. Now, here comes St. Louis. Up the right side, Bouchou will play it forward for Mike Ambersley. And Ambersley gets it into the box, and a strike on goal from Lynch, just high and wide. Another opportunity, finally. St. Louis showing some life here.
Well, they kind of strolled this play.
A little nonchalant there, Sofiane.
A little bit. There was a bit nonchalant from the defense. Paulman putting the pressure on Lynch to shoot as fast as he could, but at the same time could have been a great goal. And FC Montreal is a bit more sharp. The defense has been a little bit, like we said, nonchalant. I can't find a better word than that.
You're welcome. Here's Tim Gia. Big center back, has some room. He'll take a nice little stroll forward with the ball on his foot. Intercepted there by Gall. Gall will play it forward, but nobody in the vicinity, so James Jeffrard and David Paulman will be able to take their time. Jeffrard coming up slowly. For St. Louis throw. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. It's USLsoccer.com.
Good pressure by FC Montreal. Barclay a bit hasty in this clearance slash pass. And I really like this battle, whether it's Barclay on goal, and Gaul against Dominguez and Kasher. So it's very basic, very basic math. Whoever wins that battle will eventually win the game, unless you're extremely efficient or extremely inefficient, depending on which side of the win
Well
column
said.
and loss column you are. So I always love my midfield battles. It's always fun to watch. Some FC not very aggressive with the fullbacks, maybe because they're playing away, but that's Montreal's specialty. Fullbacks all in, Secunda and Charbonneau.
There's a long ball from St. Louis. Jeff Rard's going to be the first one there. Jasulka chasing down. And again, a bit of a difficult touch. Or was a little bit of a long ball down the right side, but Jeff Rard able to box his man out. Ball will go out for a David Paulman goal kick. This is a player we saw at the beginning of the year, Sofiane. That's when we first saw him, David Paulman, because Max Crepeau, the starting keeper, was out with a shoulder injury, and we hadn't seen him too much since maybe just last week. And now we get to see him a little bit more because Crepeau was at the Pan Am Games, as you mentioned before. There's Fink, heads it forward.
A starter for Team Canada.
That's right. Here's Lynch, he's on side. He'll try to get around Secunda. Dominguez does well to retreat and help out. Ambersley swings it to Jasulka. He'll get it into the box, broken up nicely by Charbonneau. Gasecki. Plays it back to Musa. St. Louis playing up that left side now. Little give and go with Ambersley involved there, but it's intercepted nicely. Stanibal Cachère will turn around and switch things up, go to the left side. Nice little spin move there. Good play from the young midfielder. Secunda will opt for a long ball, and here's a run from Morelli. Morelli's able to get there first. He'll try to get around the keeper. Tough angle, pace. Just kind of there, cut it off. And a bit unlucky for Montreal. You'd think that ball might have just ricocheted out for a goal, for a corner kick. But
it looked beautiful, and Morelli, looking for the back pass to either Rigi or was it Joli, and Pace was fully aware what was happening, and he was beaten on the dribble. In the sense, he made Morelli go on the outside, and honestly, it could have been a second goal for FC Montreal. But nice play by Pace, who's saving his defense right now. A bit overrun by the speedy wingers of FC Montreal.
We're in the 25th minute now. And I think Jeremy Lynch is down. He's down here on the sideline. The St. Louis forward has been very dangerous already today. That would be a big loss. It is hot here today, so you have to wonder if maybe this is a cramping issue and the trainers are stretching out his legs, so it just might be.
Nice cross.
And a nice cross there. Joli puts it in with the head. What a goal.
What a goal.
Incredible second of the game for Charles Joli. He is on fire.
Give this kid a contract. No, but joking aside, what a goal by Charles Joli.
Incredible. Great cross. Joli able to get ahead on it. A little bit of an arc as it was coming down.
Professional goal.
Incredible. What a start to this game for Charles Joli. Young man hasn't played much, like you said, Sofiane, but they know that he's very dangerous. And the Ultras are shooting some fireworks here. You just see it. It's a nice arc on that head.
There's not much to describe. It's so beautiful. Look at the cross. It's very simple, and the header was even better. Well placed. He was aware. The St. Louis FC defender wasn't close to him. Couldn't really, shove him around, and it was beautiful. To be honest, that was very natural by Charles Joli.
So Montreal go down by 1 early in this game, just about 5 minutes in. And here's Ambersley with a good strike there, good right foot. But Paulman able to scoop that up. No rebound given up. And early, Sofiane, they get down 1 early, and maybe they panic. But you know what? You can see that they have half a season under their belt, and there was no panic down 1. Hey, listen, guys, we're down 1 5 minutes in. No big deal.
Exactly.
We'll come back and score 2.
It's the process of maturing as young professional players, and these guys have been going through hard times for the first in USL, and now they're trying to find their way and their identity. And they will still make their share of mistakes, their share of bad moves, and their share of their share of excellent stuff. Like we see right here. We see Jean-Luc Charbonneau taking his time, beautiful cross, anticipates the run, and Joli anticipates the cross and just beats.
Hey, that snuck right under the crossbar. That was outstanding.
This is high quality goal. This is not something you can just practice all day long and make it happen. It's about awareness. It's about having the skill to place the header, but at the same time, instinct to read your partner's cross and himself read your run. So that was beautiful.
Here's free kick from Gall. He's already done some damage there, setting up the first goal when he swung his free kick into the box. And Paulman comes off his line, and he's able to scoop that up in front of a couple of St. Louis players. He'll take his time. He sees Lynch behind him, looks over his shoulder, says, yeah, it's not happening, Jeremy. It's headed there by Van der Graaf. Kashai ends up with a foot on it. He's able to get it to Masudi. With a cheeky little pass there on the left for Secunda. Masudi has an FC St. Louis player all over him. It was Musa who scored the goal for St. Louis. And Kashai with a long ball, just a bit too much on it. And it goes straight to Mark Pace, the keeper.
FC Montreal going for those quick, long passes behind the St. Louis defense, and the wingers able to cut behind them and, basically live in their shadow and then just pop out of nowhere. And this is one of the advantages of having such skilled, fast, technical wingers that have the abilities of a striker when they're able to go to try and score a goal. And it's very interesting to see FC Montreal maturing, like we said, into a stronger, better unit, and this game is very interesting for them. But the test now will be defensively, to be able to hold the score and not make individual mistakes that are avoidable.
Here's Bouchot on the right side. He's got Rigi in front of him. Tenacious player there, that Alessandro Rigi. Not the biggest guy, but he'll give you everything he's got. Van der Graaf played forward there. Intercepted nicely by James Geffrard, and Masudi has Rigi making a run. Rigi up the left side. He's making a break on goal. He's looking for options. Not a ton there as the teammates come late getting forward. Here's Masudi. He'll take a strike. And it's very high and way off the mark. He should have done a little better.
He didn't have time to curl it. I think the way he was thinking, the way he was thinking the first time he had the ball, but then he didn't have time, had to shoot right away. But if he had the time to curl it even an extra half a second, it would have been probably a beautiful goal.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. You can search for the USL on Facebook. Get all that fun stuff. Here's Lynch again. Geffrard trips him up. And Montreal is going to get the goal kick. Walking a little gingerly, Lynch, since he went off with that cramping issues. As we were saying, a little strange. And he's down again.
He might have pulled something. But
Maybe he pulled something on that run. He was getting it stretched out here on the sideline. But you got to wonder, because it's a little early for cramping. It is hot, though, today. But we will get a little break in the action as the trainers will tend to Jeremy Lynch. Players will be able to get a sip of water here. And I wonder if this isn't a FIFA-issued water break, Sofiane, because we know that when the temperature rises to a certain point, they do stop the game in the 30th and 75th minute so that the players can rehydrate, because this is the hottest week of the year so far in Montreal here. And it might have been a little hotter, a little more humid on Sunday, but still. No igloos up here in Canada this week.
Eh?
That's right.
Right on, like we say here supposedly, but not me, that's for sure. But the tempo of the game is slowed down a little bit, at least from the St. Louis FC side of things. They will, even though they're trailing, they will look to play quick breaks for now, for the last 15 minutes. And obviously, now we'll see how they're going to adjust without Lynch, who's going to be replaced by, he's coming in right now, I cannot see his number.
Yeah, they're going to make a substitution, and it's going to be Aaron Horton, number 19, who's going to make his way in.
The only other forward on their squad after Lynch.
So number 9 coming out for Jeremy Lynch's day is done. Picked up an injury so early into this game. It's unfortunate because he's had a couple good opportunities already. Had a nice battle going with defender James Geffrard.
Well, he was due to score a goal with the way he was playing.
That's
so,
right, absolutely. Very dangerous forward. I believe he has 4 goals already this year.
But now the FC Montreal defense has to handle a different kind of striker. They have Ambersley, who's also
That's right.
plays a bit more up top, a sort of forward midfield hybrid. You know, quicker pace, more intense. That doesn't necessarily use his body as much.
And you'll see Horton coming in there, running onto the pitch of your screen. So unfortunate for Jeremy Lynch and St. Louis FC. They'll have to burn their first substitution so early in this game. And the first touch, a wayward one for Horton. It's going to go out for a Montreal goal kick.
Lynch was fun to watch, to be honest.
Absolutely, he was one of the good young players in this league. You never want to see the good young players go down. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's at USL. Van der Graaf that leaped way up there. Chisulka will come down the right side. He'll cross it into the box, but it's going to go way out. Poor ball boy was holding the ball, and that wayward right in the hands. He dropped both balls.
I felt bad for him when I saw it. I did.
I bet you did.
I'm a sensitive kind of guy.
Yes, you are. Paulman will get this one right back into play here. We've played 34 minutes now. FC Montreal allowed the first goal of the game. They bounced back 2 goals from Charles Joli, who heads that one forward for Morelli, but it's cut off by the St. Louis defender there, Van der Graaf. And the ball ends up back on Joli's foot. You'll cross it into the middle there, looking for Morelli. Nothing there, but Morelli able to bank it off the defender and out.
Nice give and
for
go.
a corner.
Nice give and go. It didn't give us a clear scoring chance, but we saw the speed of execution and the way they were able to control the ball. We saw the technical abilities of these players. It's quite astonishing to see them so mature at such a young age, and it was really fun to watch. Joli has been dangerous all game long, and it's quite impressive.
There's a cross from Kachar. Whoa! And he got through. I think that was Bouchou there. We thought he was going to be able to clear it, but it bounced right over. Here's Temgia playing way up there. Big center back going to be called on the foul, though. Get back to your position, big man.
Exactly. Well, on that foul he didn't jump with the defender to take the ball and just stay down, which was a dangerous situation for the St. Louis FC player. You can't do that.
St. Louis FC not in the playoff picture. They're not in the playoffs right now. They're in the playoff picture. They're right below that red line, that cutoff line in the standings. As Horton falls after heading in. Skull will play it to Barklage. Barklage gets it back to Van der Graaf. We'll play it back to his keeper. He'll reset. Try to get something going here. Build up an opportunity. Marco Dominguez, good anticipation there to head it away. Pass from Kachar just a little bit behind Joli. And it's intercepted. Barklage. Oh, and Barklage looked a little soft. Kachar is going to pick up the foul there. St. Louis going to earn themselves a free kick. Here's Bouchou will swing it in to James Jeffrard. Here's Barklage. Will play it up the right side. Ball ends up on Musa, the goal scorer's foot. Montreal not happy. They thought that was off St. Louis. Chisulka will put this one back into play. Or he's not. He's going to toss it over to Bouchou. And he'll give Bouchou an option there. Will Bouchou take it? He won't. He'll throw it to the middle of the pitch. It's going to be a handball call. Was that a handball, Sofiane?
I thought it was a
high foot.
High foot.
Yeah.
that was my reflex, but we're from our angle we couldn't see the actual foul, at least actual infraction.
So gotta be careful here. St. Louis have scored 1 goal off a set piece already in this first half. Brian Gall with a beautiful cross, or he swung one into the box. James Musa ended up putting it by David Paulman, as Paulman will set up the wall. Gall is there, Musa is there, standing over the ball. Chasulka is there.
2 lefties, 1 righty.
I'd bet that Gall's going to take this, and he is. He'll strike it on goal, and a nice diving save from David Paulman. It's going to go out for a St. Louis corner, but the keeper did well there to punch it away.
Very good save. He anticipated the angle on the shot, and Gall had a good delivery. Went over the wall, but not fast enough. Not enough pace to beat Paulman, but he anticipated the shot to go there.
And here's the cross. Paulman punches it away again.
On that clearance, I'm surprised there was no fouls called for Paulman, but
ball goes out for a St. Louis throw.
You see Gall.
It's a good strike. He hit it well.
Yeah,
Paulman able to get it away. And Temgia and Horton tangled up there. Horton will cross it, but way off the mark. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. You can also go to nike.com/soccer. Sofiane, still looking for some gear. He's not a very good player, but he'll take some gear.
You can always look good.
You can always look good. You don't always have to play good. I'd say you're a little past your prime, Sofiane. On the pitch, in the booth, your remarks are on point. But on the pitch, I don't think the viewers want to see that. Here's Alessandro Reggio cut to the middle of the park. You'll find Zach Missouri broken up by Gall. Ambersley turns. Nice little give and go there. Back to Gall. Difficult touch though. Ends up on the foot of James Geffrard. They tried to stuff a pass in there, but it is broken up by St. Louis. This team's playing a little bit of ping pong now as Montreal will run the ball around the back line.
Reggie for the run.
And a nice ball from... And there's Joli with the hat trick in the first half. Reggie, Joli, back of the goal. Goal for FC Montreal. It's 3-1 in the 40th minute. 3 unanswered goals.
Carbon copy of a few plays FC Montreal has been doing. Charbonneau looking for a winger called Reggie, called Morelli, whoever you want. Makes the same run all the time and then finds Joli for an easy tap-in. And this time Reggie made a beautiful run. And honestly, it was a beautiful constructed goal.
And we have to say, it's the second beautiful ball that leads to a goal from Jean-Luc Charbonneau.
Hey,
Charbonneau gets it through.
Identifies Reggie.
And a smart play by Reggie. Waits for the defender to make the slide, and you'll get it right to the middle there to Joli.
It was a perfect
first half hat trick. So if you had 4 goals on Sunday, 3 goals today, the Ultras are right to shoot off some fireworks here.
They should.
They are.
That's in a safe manner.
Of course.
In a safe and approved manner. I do not condone anything that's not safe or legal and sanctioned by the league or the club. And once again, on the wings, FC Montreal's identity is all these wingers and a sort of hybrid 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whichever way you want to see it, depending on the positioning. And that's their trademark. They have finally matured as a group, and the St. Louis FC fullbacks were bound to suffer before the game, and they've been suffering throughout this game. So,
no matter what happens, everyone's going to be talking about Charles Joli, but it's been a heck of a first half for Jean-Luc Charbonneau. The right back has been phenomenal. He's been phenomenal all season, but now he's set up a couple of goals and he's become a little more mainstream, Sofiane.
Yes, exactly. Well, if you don't recognize him, he's the guy with the... he seems to have a cast all the time back then, a sort of wristband. His hand was broken, but he's a very dynamic right back. A symbol of what FC Montreal and academies have been producing as per fullbacks. Technical, speedy, offensive awareness, and very technical. I repeat technical again because it's very important to see these fullbacks play so well. They could be midfielders with the qualities that they have shown a few times.
A bad giveaway there from Montreal. Here's Musa. We'll play it into the box. It's headed by Geffrard straight up. A bit of an awkward jump there from Dominguez. Plays it off his back. Gall. Gets it into Ambersley there, and a nice tackle. Oh, and that's a difficult call. It looked like Temgia got the ball. Ambersley has his back on the pitch.
It wasn't the cleanest tackle, but I did expect.
I don't know if that was a foul. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if that was a foul. It looked like he got the ball.
But it wasn't clean 100%. He he had the body also, but I was almost sure that the ball was caught first cleanly, and then it was just gravity doing its thing.
Gravity doing its thing. The type of things you'll hear on this phenomenal broadcast. And you can hear that broadcast and watch it on the USL Pro YouTube channel. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. If you're watching, congrats, you've done so. And you'll be a better person for it. 43rd minute here. Montreal up 3-1. I remind you, St. Louis scored the first goal of the game, but 3 goals from Charles Joli. He got some help from his teammates. Here's a strike, and it's going to be way high, way over the goal. Paulman never had a chance at reaching it because it was so high. Barclage, not his best work.
Not his best work, but he's been an interesting player in the midfield for St. Louis FC.
Absolutely, he's been very good.
The team goes with him. Hinam Gall have been very interesting to watch. Quick pace, technical players, and they've been giving some difficulties to either Temguia or Geffrard. I was going to come Gerard from the LA Galaxy.
Hey, Steven Gerrard came off the bench in Open Cup yesterday. They still lost to Real Salt Lake, but he made his LA Galaxy debut. That's probably why you're getting confused. Geffrard does such a good job. He's such a big body, boxes the guy out and just goes out. It's the second or third time he's done this today, earning Montreal a goal kick.
Big body, but with pace and speed.
A lot of good young players on this team. Maybe lacking a little consistency because they are so young. But just some guys who have flashed some potential. And, we saw some potential in Charles Joli, and it finally paid off here today. He's finished 3 times already in the first half.
And I think we're very happy for Ricci.
Absolutely, Ricci's just been phenomenal. He's been one of the more dangerous players going forward all season long. So, Barclage taking down Charbonneau, no call there. Kashai will try to swing it into the area, headed away by Bouchou. And Montreal heads that forward, but Mark Pace is just going to be able to get back there and scoop it up. You got to think St. Louis got a little bit, Sofiane.
They're going to need to, but at the same time, they're kind of worried about their fullback getting overrun by FC Montreal, which, those plays created two of the 3 goals scored by Charles Joli, so they're kind of afraid a little bit. And without Lynch up front to give you that speed and that option to really scare a little bit FC Montreal, you don't have that. Let's call it a soccer deterrent on the pitch.
Secunda with the long ball, or no, Masudi was looking. It was Secunda was looking for Morelli, and he wasn't able to connect there, but he did put some pressure. Morelli did on the St. Louis player, and he was forced to kick it away. So Montreal will retain possession, but they lose it just as quickly as Musa will play it forward. And a long ball. Is Horton going to be able to get there? He's not. Ball goes out for the Montreal throw. We'll have a minute of added time here. 4th official is just announced. And Montreal is going to be looking to go to the halftime break up 2. And if they're able to do that, I think they'll be thrilled considering the way they started this game. Oh, Joli falls hard on his backside, and he's going to remain down. And that's difficult. That's going to be tough. He did come down. He went up with Van der Graaf, and he just fell backwards when he hit the pitch, and he fell on his backside and his tailbone. You'll see it here. Joli jumps up, lands right on his tailbone.
There's turf or grass. Whether it's on turf or grass, it would still hurt, no matter what. And hope we don't. FC Montreal doesn't lose him on a freak injury, but I think it's more the shock that hurts.
Yeah,
more
it looks
than,
like he'll
nothing broken.
He'll take a sip, dust off his hair.
Maybe some magic spray eventually.
Some magic spray. It's going to be a Montreal. And he's able to walk this off. He Is he going to be able to get back on the pitch here anytime soon? And the fourth official telling him to get back on the sideline. And there's a nice ball, Rigi and Bouchou, but Bouchou's going to head it away. But it's going to be a final opportunity here of the half. Montreal's going to get a corner kick, excuse me.
And Joli's back.
Joli is back, so we're back to 11v11.
Number
They're going to
4.
opt for the short one. Cachet will play to Joli. He'll take the right-footed strike. And Sofiane, you almost called it. That's going to do it. The halftime whistle will sound. FC Montreal, 3 goals from Charles Joli. Just 1 goal for St. Louis FC. Montreal will go into the break up. And I'll tell you what, Sofiane, the good news is that St. Louis gives up. They're outscored in the second half of games this season, 13-9. So maybe some more goals coming for Charles Joli, or maybe he'll spread the wealth and get one of his teammates a goal this time.
It's a team play, but eventually doesn't matter as long as you score goals and win back-to-back home games for the first time in their short USL history.
When we come back, we will have our halftime show. Sofiane Benzaza will give us his analysis of
Allô.
Ok. Ok, là, je m'entends. Ok, c'est bon. Good. Là, il est un peu trop fort, par exemple. Non, non, pas dans le camp pour le moment. C'est bon. On va passer ça. Ben, il reste 3 minutes. Il reste 5 minutes. You wanna do it? À 3 minutes. C'est bon. C'est parfait. C'est bon. Donc, dans 1 minute et 20. The two teams, excuse me, are back on the pitch for second half action, Sofiane. And
For warm-ups.
for warm-ups for second half action. And a slow start for Montreal. They give up a goal early to James Moussa off a set piece. But it was the Charles Joli show after that, as you see the Moussa goal here. But after that, Charles Joli took over this game and he beat the keeper not once, not twice, but the hat trick in the first half. And it was pretty impressive.
Le tour du chapeau, like we say in Montreal.
That's
Hat trick. And they were saved by the crossbar of Mr. Lynch, who had an open goal, could not score against FC Montreal to take a 2-0 lead. And destiny, karma, whatever you want to call it, has helped FC Montreal to get back into the game with a beautifully organized goal. As we said, Charles Joli's hat trick has been quite amazing, whether from across from Charbonneau for a beautiful header, or from quick breaks, like we said earlier in this game, FC Montreal taking advantage of their wingers to really wreak havoc into the slowish St. Louis FC defense with fullbacks that have a lot of work against these young and speedy wingers that play for FC Montreal.
I know Montreal's way out of the playoff picture, okay? But
2-11-2.
hey, but this is, if they can close this out, this will be 2 wins in a row. If they can close out this 45 minutes. And as I mentioned before the end of the first half, St. Louis has conceded 13 goals in the second half, and they've only scored 9 all season. So there should be goals there for the taking.
No, there should be, but at the same time, you know, it's you say in games, not to be too cliche, it's always a tale of two halves. And now
That's very cliche. You said I don't want to be cliche, and you just went extremely cliche.
I think that's a to be honest. And and when you look back, it's about being consistent. And FC Montreal has not shown enough consistency toward a game, and we saw it with Riverhounds. And I think they have the confidence level, they have the maturity, physical and technical, to be able to take over this game. They're playing at home, and they should be able to be more efficient and have a a killer instinct if you have a chance, score. Don't be afraid to pile on goals on a team that seems to be willing to take on goals, not because of lack of quality, but more a mismatch on the wings, and that's helping us important to go all in and really, kill off St. Louis FC as soon as you can to be able to, enjoy the game, enjoy the win, consecutive win for the season.
And predictably, Sofiane, St. Louis is going to make a change right off the bat here. Their second substitution of the game. It's going to be Oscar Gosecki coming out, and it's going to be Parker Maher coming in. So switch on the back line there. They're going to bring in, they take one of their fullbacks out. And they'll see if they can add something just to this lineup, because they are down 2 goals, but at the same time they do know that this Montreal team is young, relatively inexperienced at the pro level, so they're going to try to take advantage, and maybe they'll be able to savor a draw. Maybe that's the goal here in the second half, to go up 2 goals in the second half and level this score.
Well, like we said, FC Montreal is 13 points away from a playoff spot, so you need to accumulate wins.
You need wins. Draws don't do it anymore. You're going to have to almost win out. And if you don't win out, you're going to have to come pretty darn close. And right off the bat, St. Louis will press. And they earn a throw in. They'll take their time here. It's Bouchou will get it forward. Horton taken down. There's a foul there. And it's going to go against Horton. It's unfortunate because he's going to stay down and he's going to pick up the foul anyway. He's in pain. He got tangled up with an FC Montreal player. I believe that's James Geffrard. So Paulman will take his time here. No rush, up 2 goals. You want to kill the second half. Paulman will sky one, and Parker Maher gets his first touch of the game, but it's a head that goes out of bounds. Montreal will put this back into play. It'll be Jean-Luc Charbonneau with the throw. Looks for Charles Joli, and in case you haven't heard, he's the man of the hour. 3 goals.
He has been
very young forward. Yeah,
I really like the way he plays. He's physical enough to be able to hold the ball as a pivot striker if need be in those kind of formations in the kind of formation FC Montreal plays, but has enough speed to really breeze through a defense and a good touch of the ball to dribble his way into the box. So to be honest, he's very dangerous and very efficient for FC Montreal.
Gall fights off Charbonneau, but the ball will just roll back slowly to David Paulman, who will give it a little stop with his foot, pick it back up, and he'll roll it out to James Geffrard. Montreal pressing. Morelli, and Mark Pace gets there first. And another long ball there. Just going to be played back to Paulman. Some people chiming in on Twitter, some very funny people. I have a Twitter account called James Musa's Cap, and he says, "You're all great. I'm sorry you have to watch this."
A bit rough on their home team there in St. Louis, but understandable.
Such a good start, but it's unfortunate as ball makes its way to Horton. She'll play it back, but it's intercepted by Mele Temgia.
FC Montreal has the capacity to keep the ball, throw the ball around, and go for quick strikes. And as St. Louis,
see a replay here. Morelli taken down. He got up slowly, walking very gingerly here on the right side. He'll try to continue, but there is a little bit of a limp there. There's Jeffrard. Spin his way out of trouble, and Gall. Oh, and a nice play by Dominguez to step up and get that ball, because Gall was coming in full speed, and if he would have got there first, he was going in alone on David Paulman. Secunda plays it to Rigi. Rigi, beautiful pass to set up the last Charles Joli goal. Rigi loses his footing looking for the call. Cachère taken down as well. He'll get the call.
Going back to Jeffrard's pass, I've seen this many times, but different FC Montreal defenders. These soft passes, they're not aware enough of the oncoming striker who would apply higher pressure on the defense or the goalkeeper. So they need to be more aware, and they're not gonna have Dominguez, whoever else is there, make a nice move to save them on those mistakes.
Looks like Rigi will look to swing this one into the box. And he will take it. He'll get it to the box. But it's a St. Louis player who gets a foot on it. Maher loses the ball to Morelli. And he fakes that he was going to give it to Masudi behind him. And he went around. He goes to Cachère instead. Charbonneau plays it into the box. Rigi with the head just a little far for Mele Temgia. The big center backs up in the opponent's box there. Morelli with a difficult touch. He'll cross it. But he had already given himself up, and he ran out of racetrack there, unfortunately.
As FC Montreal is able to put pressure and have more numbers in the box, the input of the fullbacks is even more important. Charbonneau again with a sweet cross inside the box. Rigi was able to be aware and give the ball back to Temgui. I really like the dynamic there. But kudos to St. Louis FC that never really panicked. They're able to handle the situation. And when you have a good goalkeeper like Pace, they're able to handle these kind of situations.
Here's Marco with the interception. He's got a full burst of speed coming down the right side. He'll cross it into the box. Looking for Charles Joli. He couldn't get there. Masudi puts it in. The loose ball in the box. Zach Masudi picks the corner, and he beats Mark Pace. It's 4-1. Back-to-back 4-goal performances for FC Montreal.
I'll start with Dominguez's run. Really, a quick break against FC Montreal, going on a quick break and taking care of business. Nice space by Dominguez. Finds the cross. Decent clearance by St. Louis FC that was aware to intercept the ball, but unfortunately, too many players in the box for
and
FC
the Ultras
Montreal.
With some more fireworks as the defender kind of got a back heel. Lewis, keeper screened. Masudi picks the corner, and now it's 4-1. 52 minutes into the game, the Ultras are chanting. The fans are happy. Finally, someone other than Charles Joli puts one into the back of the net for FC Montreal, but I don't think they're going to complain.
It's all about the W, and kudos to this beautiful, well-constructed goal.
Here's a long ball from St. Louis, and Horton gives Temgi a shove. Going to be called. And if there was no hurry before, there will be even less of a hurry now to put this ball back into play. And there is going to be a substitution, as Brandon Barklage is going to come out of this game. And so is number 5, Brian Chesulka. They'll both be coming out, and it'll be Charles Renka coming in. And it'll be Nick Bibbs coming in as well. So Renkin and Bibbs are in. Pullman skies one very high, looking for Joli. Gets the back of his head on it. Here's Rigi.
Oh,
Rigi with a nice move on Bibbs to get around him. Rigi plays it to the middle, a little far, but Morelli able to catch up to it. Morelli running out of room. He turns around. Charbonneau played into the box for Joli, and Joli will have it just off his foot and go over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick.
Montreal continue to be dangerous. Once again, it's all about the wingers. And though Masudi is not having his best game, but he's been responsible and efficient whenever you have the ball. Good defensive work by the playmaker. But Regi's dribble right there was a symbol of FC Montreal can do, using individual talent to really make a difference when you have a strong unit.
And Temgia whiffs on the ball there. Horton tried to control it. It went out of play though. Temgia get it to his partner. James Geffrard. Ambersley's going to put a little bit of pressure on Paulman, but keeper just cool. Maher plays it up high
He saw Joli
with his head. Morelli ended up with it. He saw Joli, tried to get him another scoring opportunity. Just wasn't able to get it there. James Musa will play it back. Sam Fink take his time, look for his options, gets it back to Musa. Gets it forward to number 11, Charles Renkin. St. Louis gets the ball forward. Look for Horton. Horton struggled a little bit since coming into this game. Just hasn't really got anything going.
It doesn't seem to be the kind of striker to be able to handle being isolated by himself, even though he's surrounded by two big guys who are quite speedy. But you know, when you're he's not getting the support he needs right now, and he cannot give probably the same input or output as Lynch has given for St. Louis FC for now.
And we remind you that Jeremy Lynch did leave this game in the first half because of injury. And obviously Aaron Horton came in, and Lynch knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, so obviously a huge loss for St. Louis. And the ball is going to get to the St. Louis FC corner, and it's going to go out. It's going to go for a throw, and it's played quickly there. Musa fouled by Cacher. I know we touched on it in the first half, Sofiane, but I love the way Mastanabal Cacher's game has just developed. You know, he wasn't somebody who was selected to play in these games early on in the season, but since he's got that opportunity, he's been very good.
He established himself very quickly, and like we said previously in the broadcast, a good combination, very well, and they're able to really feed each other. Whoever goes up to support the attack, the other midfielder stays to cover him, and vice versa. So this dynamic has been very interesting for FC Montreal, and we've seen the same style, whether it was Canon Laparem, Louis Longoyet, and all these different combination of center midfielders FC Montreal is able to produce throughout the season.
And the only Montreal substitute warming up is Victor Diaz, so we suppose he's probably going to get into this game fairly shortly. And
Nice
now
play.
Lajoie Gravel joins him there. So, and Montreal hasn't made a substitution yet. We're about 58 minutes in, so you know they've got 5 options that they can bring off the bench, so they'll have fresh legs going forward the rest of this game. St. Louis has already used up 4 of their substitutions, I believe. They have, so they have 1 left.
Little cheeky throw in there by Secunda with Cacher.
Montreal's going to be awarded the free kick. Rigi just opts to play it back to Secunda. Gets it to Dominguez. Geffrard opts for the long ball. Van der Graaf able to break that up. Bouchou played for Horton. Horton fouled there by Geffrard. Musa plays it back to his keeper. Ambersley with Dominguez on his back. He manages to settle it down to Maher. Fink to Ambersley. Broken up by Geffrard. He's got Horton on his back, but he makes a wise decision. Gives it up to Marco Dominguez. Plays it to his left. Secunda there. Finds Alessandro Rigi. Rigi with a nice ball to Joli. Joli will take the fake shot. He'll get it to Morelli. Morelli plays it back just a little long there, out of the reach of Joli. It is a wasted opportunity.
Wasted chance. Wasted chance, but I will praise again St. Louis FC not panicking on that play. You know, yes, they conceded 4 goals already, but you know,
yes, they've conceded 4 goals, but no panic on that particular play. It's a good observation. They didn't panic, Sofiane. I agree with you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I didn't intend for you to stop talking. Charbonneau and Bouchou with the battle there. Charbonneau awarded the throw. Finds Cacher. Played back to Charbonneau. Played back to Temgia, and now Montreal will just be happy to swing this thing around. We're 60 minutes into this one.
Nice move
Alessandro
by
Rigi with another nice move. Here's Joli again. Oh, just out of his reach. Unable to get there.
Rigi's run have been quite amazing.
Secunda able to save that from going out. Dominguez swings it in, but it's headed away by Maher. Charbonneau plays it back to Paulman. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. So that's USLsoccer.com. Unforced error there from Charbonneau leads to a throw in for St. Louis FC. Charbonneau to Cacher.
Foul.
And
a bit dangerous by
wow,
Orton.
that was very dangerous from behind.
It was a bit aggressive. No
I
bad
believe that's
intentions.
Dominguez.
But
No, but I believe that's Dominguez, and Horton's going to pick up a yellow card, and his difficult afternoon is going to continue here. Marco Dominguez holding on.
He was caught
to his ankle, yeah, in some pain there.
Trying to clear the ball, and Orton probably blocked his foot from collision with his
absolutely
with his
he's
ankle. So it's
go for
unfortunate.
the sip of water, Sofiane. Yeah, it is unfortunate. He's been very good. Still a teenager, and he does some things that normal teenagers just can't do.
Aren't we all teenagers at heart?
Wish I was back there, my friend. I wish I was back there. But you're further away from those years than I am, so I'm not going to complain. So Paulman will opt for this free kick. He'll come way out of goal to take this.
Interesting that he's wasting time with 30 minutes left in the game.
Every second counts, Sofiane. Every second counts. Van der Graaf able to head that one up high. Joli settles it down. It goes back to Ambersley. And now the St. Louis will swing it down the left side. Here's Maher, but a terrible pass intercepted by Jean-Luc Charbonneau. And with some options there. A nice ball from Missouri, but a difficult touch. Poor touch from Charles Joli. He's allowed to have one of those every once in a while.
Well, throughout this game, our expectations have been getting higher and higher, so we expect every play to be perfect. St. Louis FC has officially opened up the game to get scored on even more, but Ambersley is still making his runs.
Tried to get behind the Montreal defense. The ball's going to go out for a goal kick. And we have a substitution coming. We saw Fabio Morelli limping a little bit before. Montreal is going to make their first switch as Victor Di. You want to talk about speed on the wing, Sofiane. Victor Di.
Even more speed.
Gives Montreal an enormous amount of speed on the wing. So Fabio Morelli, who was limping around before, solid afternoon for him. He's going to come out with his team leading 4-1. Now it looks like Montreal is going to make another substitution here as soon as the ball comes out of play. Van der Graaf taken down there.
Dominguez clearing the ball.
Oh, that's not Van der Graaf, excuse me. I think that's Maher.
The referee warning Dominguez kick the ball out after every foul. It's been probably his 5th time we've seen him this game.
I like this field, Sofiane. You're in the shadows of the Olympic Stadium, as you'll see on the screen right now. And it's cool. It's cooled down. We're in the shade, though, and we're not running around. But it has cooled down. It isn't as warm as when we started here. There's a little bit of a wind. But just this place, hasn't been as good to FC Montreal as they would have liked, but they're coming along. And they're finding their way. Here's Musa, taken down by Missouri. Free kick to St. Louis. And the substitution is now going to be made. And Charles Joli's afternoon is going to be done. But an impressive body of work. He's going to walk off slowly. 3 goals, Sofiane, for Charles Joli.
Quite a performance. 3 goals.
Incredible.
Three different situations: a tap-in, a header, and a one-on-one with a beautiful strike.
I like the header. The header was my favorite.
The
It was that had a nice high arcing shot to it, and it just snuck. Lajoie Gravel will come in for Joli, who is all smiles, obviously, on the
Getting hugs
Montreal
from the-
sideline.
Hugs
Getting
from
hugs
staff.
from the coaching staff. That's right, Sofiane. Good observation. And his day is done. So no chance at 4 or 5 goals. But still, a very, very nice day at the office for Charles Joli.
It's time to buy his player card right now before his stock goes too high.
Those number 63 Montreal jerseys will be flying off the shelves, I'm sure. And another substitution going to be made here, as Takada will come in for number... They have number 19. I don't see a 19 on the sheet here. Oh, Horton is actually coming off. Yeah, Horton has struggled today. Excuse me. Yeah, it's Aaron Horton that's going to be coming off
Number 19.
for Takada. That's going to be the final substitution for St. Louis. This, I think, for Horton. Not the afternoon he would have wanted, since he was actually a substitute himself for the injured Jeremy Lynch. Finch will to keeper. Victor Di getting his first touch of the game. But a little obstruction there on Jacob Bouchou. Di kind of grabbed him, spun him around. But hey, you can do these things when you're up 4-1. These are things that nobody's going to complain about because, hey, 8 goals in 2 games.
You don't want to get too cocky, but at the same time, you need to apply the lessons you've learned from all these defeats you had throughout the season, all these hard losses, and a couple of blowouts. And you know what? They're enjoying their time, and they need to, finish off, finish the job and continue.
Finish the game strong. Have that killer instinct. And a giveaway there. Lajoie Gravel will take a strike, and it's going to go just wide. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. That's facebook.com. Search for the USL. And give them the little thumbs up, the like. And all that wonderful stuff will be on your news feed automatically. 68 minutes in, Sofiane. It's FC Montreal 4, St. Louis FC 1. And a nice play there by Charbonneau to intercept. And here's Victor Di. He's building speed. He's got Lajoie Gravel. He'll play it into the box, Lajoie Gravel, but it's cut off. A nice play
Corner kick
by Vandergraaf to intercept that ball, because it was going to be a difficult save, if Lajoie Gravel is able to get on the end of that. So it would have been a nice scoring opportunity. It's going to go out somehow, not for a corner kick. It's going to be a goal kick. Maybe Lajoie Gravel gave it a touch at the end.
Maybe at the end there was a
there.
deflection, but the interesting run by Ndiaye to Lajoie Gravel, but good job by the St. Louis FC defense to keep the danger away from pace.
Here's Fink, who will send it forward for Ambersley, but it's headed away there by James Geffrard. Sukunda plays it back to Geffrard, playing with the neon highlighter yellow cleats. Hard to miss. Very flashy center backs with the orange cleats for Temgia and the highlighter yellow cleats for Geffrard. And again, up. Good anticipation there. That time caught a little bit out of position, and here comes St. Louis down the left side. The cross broken up by Charbonneau, goes stumbling down. Nice play by Temgia to get away from pressure. He'll clear it up the line. For the St. Louis throw-in.
A little choppiness in the last few minutes on both sides of the pitch for both teams, and it will be important for whoever wants to have the advantage in the second half to be a bit more poised, show more poise if you have more smart ball possession. And
Musa plays it back to Maher there. Sorry, Sofiane, go ahead.
no, it's a
It's
foul
going to be a free kick, a foul.
against Missouri.
Absolutely. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, to join club conversations, and to have a chance at exclusive giveaways. If you like free stuff, it's at USL on Twitter. Who doesn't like free stuff? Who doesn't like exclusive giveaways? Come on. Come on, now do it. I did. At USL.
At USL, follow on Twitter. I like free stuff too.
Doesn't mean we're getting any, but I just like it. Van der Graaf will turn. A little bit of pressure from Lejoie Gravel, but he gets it to his keeper, who will play it back to the big center back. Here's Bibbs. Played back to Van der Graaf. To Renkin. St. Louis in possession here. Maher settles it down off his chest. And there's a nice ball into Ambersley. What can Ambersley do with this? He chips it over Paulman.
Beautiful.
He gets ahead. That's a beautiful goal.
Amazing goal by St. Louis FC.
That is incredible. Good stuff.
They just caught FC Montreal napping.
From Mike Ambersley. Incredible, Sofiane. Beautiful.
Beautiful pass. I think it was Maher
Yeah.
who did the cross over Temguia and Geffrard, and Ambersley, who's been dangerous all game long. He didn't couldn't enjoy much offense when he getting scored on early in the first half. But beautiful. The Takada, excuse me.
Yeah, it was Takada with the
Takada.
ball through the substitute. And just a nice play by Ambersley to chip it over Paulman, and then he settles it down with his head on goal,
He made it.
and he puts it into the gaping net.
He makes it look easy, but a lot of poise and a lot of poise in this game, and it's been very dangerous for St. Louis FC. One of the most dangerous players right after Lynch, who unfortunately went out injured early in the first half.
And don't be surprised if you see that as one of the options for goal of the week. And Takada coming off the bench, last substitution, makes a almost immediate impact there. The 4-2, and Montreal's going to have to learn. They're going to have to learn to close out these games. 3-goal cushion should be enough. Let's see if they're able to. Now it's a 2-goal cushion, of course.
Exactly.
Started off a 3-goal cushion. Here's Rigi with a burst of speed.
Well, you don't want
And
to give a reason St. Louis FC to come back.
We'll see
Once
it
again,
from
look at
another angle. This is just a beautiful ball. Left foot. And all the control in the world there from Ambersley. Good stuff. I know he plays for the visiting team, but you got to tip your hat to the player when he does something special like that. Montreal looks like they'll make a substitution now. Big center back Shakib Hossein will make his way into the game, and it's number 74, Mele Temguia, who's coming out. Temguia doesn't come out of the game early too often, so he's not even looking this way. Maybe that's just a tactic to stall a little bit. And now he'll do the light jog. Very slow jog as Zach Secunda's on the turf. Looks like he picked up a knock. The trainer's out there tending to him.
But now, even all these substitution on one side, St. Louis FC going all in, all these early substitutions to try to make something happen. And on the other side, FC Montreal has enough available subs, but they still have the same composure in the sense, the same formation, the same style of players. Even though Morelli is it's quite different from Ndiaye at the end, but it's important. It's important to understand that FC Montreal needs to continue. They're not necessarily changing their style, but in a sense, they've been a bit lackluster in the last 10 minutes, and the goal, kind of a result of that. And in a sense, they didn't kill, and also they didn't kill the chances they had earlier after the fourth goal.
Here's St. Louis that's going to play from far, but Paulman's able to get there. Nike's a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
Another miss. A little bit lucky there. Called for an offside, but Geffrard a bit looking a bit lost on that play. Didn't see Ambersley hidden behind him, but once again, concentration is important at this stage, even though you have a two.
You got to be
Well,
careful. It
yeah,
gets away from you quickly, Sofiane, of
No,
course.
you have a two-goal lead and you can't afford to get scored on. You need to score goals or at least keep ball possession and be aware of the quick break that Columbus FC is looking for. You know, there's more efficiency at this point.
Takada will play it back to Maher. Hossein battling with Gall. Gall loses possession though. Here's Vic. Plays it back to Masudi. Loses it to Maher, and now they're just going back and forth there. Maher taken down, or in St. Louis a free kick. And now you'll see that rush stuff as Bushu has given both DI and Masudi shoves, telling him to get the heck out of the way. Bushu not happy there. And a long ball back to Ambersley. He settles it down off his chest. And a nice save there from David Paulman as Takada takes a nice right-footed strike on goal. But the young keeper gets a leg up on him and makes a fantastic save.
St. Louis FC finding their own formula. Another long ball to Ambersley, who have alone behind both both Geffrard and Hossein. And FC Montreal needs to find a way to be able to defend those more properly, whether to not let the pass go through that easily. Right there, Ambersley with a nice run and finds Takada, who doesn't get as much as he wanted on that shot, but Paulman was very confident and well placed. Even though, could have been easily a goal, and we wouldn't be shocked if that was a goal.
Hossein Skies one, a difficult one for Secunda to settle down there. Not sure that was the right option, but he opted for it anyway. Bibbs with the throw. Secunda intercepts. Goes back to Cacher. Finds Rigi. Couldn't get around Bibbs though.
The players are very dangerous for FC Montreal. In the first 60 minutes are not as present. Rigi, first time I heard his name.
In quite some time, yeah.
Quite some time, and
that might be my fault though, but no, he has been quite a
he
bit
has
more
been
quiet, yeah. I think it's hard. I think, when you go up 3 goals, Sofiane, it's hard not to be complacent. Just try to play conservative, but here they go again. Alessandro Rigi gets into the box, he'll take a strike, and he misses the target. How did he miss that?
I really hope, I hope for FC Montreal that doesn't become the turning point of the game for St. Louis FC to come back in the score. I don't want to jinx anything, but to be honest,
that would have been the final nail in the coffin, Sofiane.
They need to take care of business. Great play by FC Montreal. St. Louis FC was just watching the ball, and they wanted to get scored on, but Rigi, couldn't finish on that. Not necessarily an easy tap-in, still had to place the ball and beat pace, but there should have been at least a shot on goal.
I think he heard us saying that we hadn't mentioned his name, and he's like, yeah, I think, here, you guys can mention my name now, but unable to finish, unfortunately. So the scoreline remains 4-2. Here's Takada, but a nice play there by Hossein to break that up, as he was looking for Gall in the box.
You see right there, Rigi, he had Lajoie Gravel making the run. It was probably offside, but not yet, and, he shoots the ball. It bounces maybe before. No, he went for a more difficult shot. I was hoping to help him out with a bounce just before the shot, but it did not bounce.
Bushu loses the ball to Masudi. Masudi's going to opt for the long ball, and here's Rigi again. Bibbs, a nice stop off his chest, and a nice... That time he got it on goal, but Mark Pace was there to make the for a corner.
Back-to-back chance for Rigi, one-on-one. Different style, different cross. Different cross he has received, but once again he showed the speed and technical skills to keep the ball, and great save by Pace, who really cut the angle very quickly, and Rigi didn't have much of a chance to score on him from there. But great play by FC Montreal. But they need to score this 5th goal.
You want that 5th one, Sofiane.
Personally, not myself.
Do you think if they put up 5, they give the crowd free hot dogs here? Is that some type of... Hey, I'm not a marketing guy, but who knows?
Almost scores. Geffrard almost gets the 5th goal.
Goes in, and it goes just over Geffrard's head. That could be an interesting promotion with the way FC Montreal's filling up the net.
No, every 5 goals, hot dog, free hot dogs for everyone. I think it should be implemented.
Or at least the announcers.
Mostly the announcers.
Here's St. Louis going to build up the attack slowly here. Van der
Golo,
Graaf.
Golo hasn't been very implicated in the second half. Has been a bit more dangerous, using his
There's
his
a ball
side.
to Rankin. Sorry, Sofiane, down
No.
the right side. He'll play it into the middle there, but it's intercepted. It was Bouchou that tried to play the ball into the middle. St. Louis maintaining possession, but here's Rigi. Wins it in front of Bibbs. Montreal not happy with Bibbs there. But he was a little too aggressive.
A bit too fancy by Missoudi right there. He needs quickly, especially with Ambersley like there. He's offside, fortunately for FC Montreal, but you can't afford to be cheeky in this our midfield zone. When you lose the ball, quick breaks, and San Jose FC could have easily had another scoring chance. So they need to be more aware of these things. They can't afford, can't afford these kind of breakdowns and basically unlearn everything that you have learned, in the past few games. Especially that both Dominguez and Kasher are not as implicated defensively. San Luis FC playing more of a direct game, not having to go through them. So whoever has the ball at the midfield needs to be much more efficient and much more smart with the ball. You can't afford.
All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD. And there's Rigi who has a shot blocked. Montreal maintains possession. Charbonneau looking for Missoudi, and Musa just flattens Missoudi, or just shoves him there and no call. But as I was saying, Sofiane, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. The Ultras are present here. Say that those guys aren't hardcore on a Wednesday afternoon.
10 minutes left to the game, plus extra time. More than enough for San Jose FC to conjure up a comeback.
There's plenty of time left. Stranger things have happened. Our friends in Pittsburgh reminded us of that. They were down 3 goals in injury time and end up coming back to win the game earlier this season.
I wouldn't want to break that game tape if I was a defensive
No. Maybe
defensive coach.
Maybe you should just throw out the final minutes of that game. Never look at them again. Bouchou played to Musa there up the middle. He gets it out right to Bibbs.
Again, making those runs.
Kasher closes out the space there. St. Louis charging down the right-hand side here. It's back to Bibbs. Musa. Very impressive that his headgear has its own Twitter account and it's tweeting during the game. You gotta love USL fans though. So many creative people from different cities that we get to interact with on Twitter.
And many of these cities have a very strong soccer culture.
Absolutely.
And a following and supporters group.
Absolutely.
And soccer-specific stadiums.
And it's his cap, by the way. James Musa's cap has a Twitter
account.
Yes. Here's Gall. Settles it down off his chest, but Montreal closing out the space. Takada finds Maher. Dominguez, a little bit of a body check. Not happy there with the call, and a silly yellow card. He's going to pick up a yellow card for arguing there.
That was an accumulation. It was won many times for, we could say unsportsmanship conduct.
Yeah, but if you don't tell the official off there, Sofiane, maybe he lets you off with yet another warning. Maybe. That's part of the learning process. Nice,
to be able, it's part
one
of
the
the
first
process.
things we learned in elementary school. Be nice. Here's Bibbs with the ball in his foot. He's going to get an attempt on goal. He's going to get a left foot on goal. Oh. And it ended up finding Musa's head, and it just goes over goal. And if that goes in, the last 7 minutes plus of this game become very interesting. That's a golden opportunity squandered by St. Louis FC.
It was a beautiful shot that got deflected to Musa, who had an open goal. Probably didn't expect the ball to come to him. Had the reflex to put his head. We see right there.
Nice play by Bibbs.
Nice cut.
Cuts to his left, yeah.
For the shot. Good save by Paulman, but
oof. It bounced straight to Musa and it goes over goal. Here's D.I. And he trips over the ball there. St. Louis defender will step up. Intercepted by James Jeffrard. Gets the ball to Kasher. Turns around and he was just able to get that to Missouri.
Well, they need to kill out. FC Montreal needs to kill off a bit of time. Be smart about it. And once again, not lose the ball so easily.
Here comes Musa coming in, but it's knocked away by Marco Dominguez, and Kasher is starting to cramp. It looks like he remains down, and it looks like his day is going to be done. Montreal's going to lean toward a substitution. Looks like Nazem Belguinduz will probably come into this game. For Kasher, he's up. They play the same position, so this is just maybe probably normal that they will come in for each other, but maybe not. So the official is telling Kasher to get to the sidelines. The substitution card has been handed in. And it is going to be Belguinduz for Kasher, but the substitution is not going to be made official just yet.
But Kasher needs to be outside of the pitch.
And he's going to pick up a yellow card.
There was a miscommunication. Kasher doesn't seem to understand, or not wanting to understand. He went down on the pitch, and as a for a referee, you need to leave the pitch. You need to get off the pitch and then be allowed by the referee to come back. And Kasher either did understand it or did not want to understand the referee's instructions, which was pretty clear, to be honest.
Sofiane, just a couple of silly yellow cards in the last little while. Just, you know, just have to kill this game off, get the 3 points, and move on. Here's a high ball. Rigi has bibs draped all over him, and a difficult touch with the head there. And it's going to go out for a St. Louis throw, and now the substitution is going to be made. Kasher comes off. Strong game for the young midfielder, and Nazem Belguinduz, one of the leaders, the original captain on this team, is going to come in to help close things out here. We're approaching the 87th minute. We actually just hit it.
Nice run by Gold there.
And headed away by Hossein. Takada gets it to Musa. Musa will play it out to Maher on his left. Maher has DI in front of him. Maher will get it back to the middle to Ambersley. Broken up by Hossein. Jacques Gravel and Van der Grijf had a battle there. Montreal comes up with the ball. Here's Rigi. We'll get it to Lajoie Gravel.
Rigi
got a little bit. He's got some space. Lajoie Gravel with the strike. Rigi's going to get there first. Goal! Alessandro Rigi looks to the skies, face to the turf. He's got to be exhausted. Nazem Belguinduz telling everybody to slow down. Time off the clock, but that's going to probably do it here. It's going to be 5 goals to Montreal. It's 2 to St. Louis. And a nice play there between Lajoie Gravel, Alessandro Rigi.
Efficiency. Lajoie Gravel making the run, looking to shoot. He shoots, the save out pays, and Rigi followed the play all the way through. It was, to be honest, a great feed by Rigi.
And it was a great shot along the ground there
by Lajoie Gravel.
From Lajoie Gravel.
Making hard on the goalkeeper.
Absolutely.
To get a rebound, and Rigi fouled the play. And well-deserved by FC Montreal. A bit of lackluster performances for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Second half got St. Louis FC back in the game. And now they can finally breathe a little bit, even though
back up by 3.
There's still 3 minutes plus extra time.
Sofiane, you wanted the 5th, do you want a 6th?
I think we just want hot dogs. But
this is an excellent point. Hossein steps up, breaks up the play, and now it's Victor Di picking up speed in the middle of the park. He gets around Musa, but a bit of a heavy touch there. And it's intercepted, and Van der Graaf is going to have to retrieve there with his central defender partner Sam Fink. Charles Renkin does a little give and go with Bibbs there. And St. Louis running out of time here. Gonna have to find some urgency. You're gonna have to find that scoring well fairly soon. Montreal have all but locked up the 3 points here this afternoon.
Nice cross by Ambersley.
Ambersley finds Bibbs. Here's Renkin. We'll get it to Gall. Gall with the left-footed strike off the crossbar, and it stays out. Takada unable to settle it down. Montreal catch another break. Renkin to Bibbs on the right. Bibbs will try to get around Secunda. The ball's a little long. It's going to go out for David Paulman.
Beautiful
Goal
shot.
kick.
Beautiful shot by goal. Beautiful.
Too much time and space.
Too much time, but once again, you see right there has time. Jeffrard cannot close him down, and
a last change here for Montreal. Alessandro Rigi, who scored the 5th goal. He's now scored in back-to-back games. He's going to be coming off for Philippe Lencourt-Joseph. Another very crafty midfielder. Some fresh legs here in the 90th minute. And again, it wasn't a consistent performance, Sofiane, because they did fade a little bit in the second half, which is normal when you're up 3 goals. But still, able to close it out. Sure, they gave one up, but, you know, a couple silly yellow cards. But at the end of the day, they're going to show up here. They're going to get the 3 points, and they've played well enough to win, and they deserve to win because they were the better team for a longer period of time this afternoon.
totally agree. Offensively, much more creative. Defensively, much more aware than St. Louis FC. And, you know, I think Lynch's injury was a big turning point. That hurt him a lot.
Very fair. That's a great point.
But still, FC Montreal has been the stronger side. In the midfield, they've been much more sharper, much more direct in their style. And the
4 minutes. There's 4 minutes of added time, Sofiane. So this thing is
enough time to make something happen. But and this is a good test for FC Montreal to try to defend as a unit in the dying minute. It's a learning. It's in a situation in which you can learn. And the goal remind them on that shot they hit the post that it's never over until the whistle is blown.
Dominguez there is going to take down the St. Louis player. There's going to be a foul called. St. Louis running out of time. There's crossed into the box, and Musa there, and he collides with Paulman, and he's going to be circled by a couple of big center backs. Hossein, Jeffrard there. Charbonneau not happy with that. Paulman's going to stay down. Musa made some contact with Paulman in the air. Paulman hurt. Didn't look like it was a severe collision.
No,
but enough for him to stay down. A keeper not expecting that.
As a keeper, you're more vulnerable in the air when you try to get process. That's why referees protect him. But at the same time, it did seem that Musa had that play. But, I'm not in his head also. So
you're not?
The intention is as good as the perspective in which we see it.
We'll see the replay here. The ball crossed into the box. And he does run into Paulman. The keeper is now sitting back up, taking some water there, taking a sip of water. And he is limping a little bit. Can't be much time left now. He's going to do some stretches. He's just going to be content to milk the clock here.
Extra seconds.
You've got to love these ultras. Listen, it's Wednesday afternoon, man. I'll give these guys a lot of credit, a lot of respect for coming out here, setting off some fireworks, a lot of fireworks after every Montreal goal. They're chanting, they're singing, they're happy. Hey, their team's up 5-2, back-to-back wins after going almost 2 and without a win.
And once again, the staff is going to be very happy to get a positive result of all the hard work they have done throughout the first half of the season, and it's a good way to start the second half of your season.
Here's Jean-Luc Charbonneau on the right side. He's just going to be content to kill some time. Pushed forward by Takada. And when Montreal wins, I'll say this, it's much more pleasant to work with Raphael, their PR coordinator. He's their communications guy. He's in a much better mood winning. So
I totally agree. He smiles a lot.
Montreal happy to fire that ball off. It's going to go out of play.
Not as happy as Raphael, that's for sure.
Raphael's very happy right now. And why wouldn't he be? More goal scorers makes for a longer post-game recap. Masudi to Lenko Joseph. They'll get into the box to Lajoie Gravel. St. Louis will break that up, but Lenko Joseph maintains possession.
Quite a few attempts to do nutmegs there.
Montreal
Nice
have
play.
controlled the ball for quite a bit here. Finally, St. Louis get possession, but they give it away just as easily. But Nazim Belguinduz is going to be happy to just kick that out of play.
Keeps it nonsense and just kick the ball out.
Here's Secunda. We're 90 plus minutes and he's still making that run up 3 goals. I'll give him credit for that. Here's Secunda, will cut to the middle. Lajoie Gravel will take a shot on goal and it's going to go just over the bar. Surprised the keeper there.
Surprised me. I didn't expect for a shot to go out so quickly, and quite a precision there on from Lajoie Gravel, but not enough precise to score and beat pace, but quite impressive.
You have to think that we're in the closing stages here of this game. And you'll see the replay here.
Lajoie Gravel waits for the ball, pivot. That was a beautiful shot.
That was a really nice shot, and it goes just over the bar. Good stuff.
It was beautiful enough for pace to go for a dive. He thought it was going in.
And that's going to do it. FC Montreal collect back-to-back wins. They now have 3 wins on the season. After 90 minutes, it's 5 goals to Montreal, 2 goals to St. Louis. Sofiane, your post-game observations?
Well, Charles Joli.
Charles Joli, that's right. That's a really good post-game observation.
That's all I have to say.
He scored a hat trick.
To be honest, this game is indicative and a symbol of FC Montreal has been trying to produce throughout the first half of the season. And, you know, the fullbacks have been implicated offensively. The wingers have been very strong. And Charles Joli has been a symbol of a great win for FC Montreal against an opponent, a USL Pro team, a non-academy team.
Montreal's next game comes next Tuesday, July 21st, as they go to the Ontario Soccer Centre to take on dreaded rival TFC2. TFC2 getting the win in the first game of the season for both teams at the Olympic Stadium. Montreal will be looking for revenge going into this game on a 2-game winning streak. The next home game broadcast for FC Montreal is in a little bit of time, Sofiane, so we're going to get a little time off, you and I, as FC Montreal will again take on Toronto FC2, and that game is scheduled for 12:30 p.m., and it's going to be at the Saputo Stadium turf field.
Perfect.
For Sofiane Benzaza, I'm Joey Alfieri. Montreal wins over St. Louis 5-2. Thank you for joining us on the USL YouTube channel. We are out.